Greetings, everybody. Good to be here today. I'm Hap, longtime associate on International with Ned Steinberger, who's here with his newest guitar, and newest Tremolo system. And we are meeting with several different guitar players today to test this and give feedback to Ned and let him know their thoughts on his latest, newest guitar and tremolo system. I hope you enjoy this.
Thank you, Hap. It is very exciting to be here today and to be meeting with these artists who are going to be checking out the guitar and providing feedback for me and for the team to make sure that we optimize this new guitars to the finest possible level that we can. It's a very exciting project for me, especially this tremolo mechanism, which, believe it or not, is all printed from steel. It's a new technology that is very exciting for me because it enables me to develop new ideas that I could not do in the past on a one-off basis. So this represents an evolution of thought that goes back to the mid-'80s when I first developed the transposing tremolo for the Steinberger brand. But over that period of time, hopefully, I've learned some things, and I've certainly been involved in designing musical instruments for my whole career. So everything that I've learned over these years, I have put into this new model. It has features that I'm very excited about. It's got a preset system to keep all the strings in tune. That's a key feature of this tremolo, is that when you operate the bar, all the strings stay in tune with each other. It has, a lot of other smaller features that are probably more than we want to get into right now, except that it does lock in the E position, so you have equivalent of a fixed bridge as well as a tremolo mechanism. It also drops down to E flat and to D. So you get a lot of possibilities or ways to use this in performance that give you more flexibility and opportunity for self-expression. It's all about self-expression. And, I say too that I'm not a musician myself, so this kind of interaction with musicians is absolutely key to the process. So this is just one of many opportunities that I've had to work closely with accomplished artists, and I'm excited about what we're going to learn today.
All good.
So my thing is, he wants a single coil. I want a humbucker here. Very cool.
Nice.
Be able to go up and down, stay in tune. It's amazing. I didn't even try locking it to the different tunings, but nowadays, you know, certain bands are playing in E flat. So if you are playing in a band and you're playing those songs, you're swapping a guitar out. This, you just, with this little lever,
well,
you just hit this little
just,
lever.
And just, there you go, that's E flat and then D. So you can switch in an instant. Yeah.
So there, you don't even have to bring two guitars. You got everything right here, which is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's just a piece of art and engineering. You know, it's these are double balls or
No, these are
regular strings.
These are regular strings.
So that's the other thing.
And,
you know,
and they just they clamp right here. It's real quick to change the strings. You know, one of the things about a tremolo that's really, if you have a headstock on a guitar and you want a tremolo to really stay in tune, you need to have a locking nut.
Right.
Because that string length between the nut and the tuners, and there's friction in the nut, and
Right.
you can get it to work pretty well, but you know, most tremolo players don't have a locking nut, and they do have a headstock. But if you want something that you can really wail on and depend on it to come into tune, you need a locking nut. Except with a headless, this whole system, there is almost no string that extends beyond the nut, so you don't need that extra clamp. So it's relatively easy to change the strings and still have that high performance.
yeah, so I mean, when you're playing and you break a string live, and you have a tremolo system, especially a locking one, you're in trouble.
Well, that's one thing about this trem. We were talking about that earlier. So let's say what happens if you break a string, what happens is the tremolo goes back and all the other strings go high. But because you got this lock, you can lock it in.
Right.
And you can no longer trem, but you can play, you know, you can finish the tune.
Finish the
and,
tune
you know,
and you can
no
deal
problem.
with it afterwards, which
and,
makes... yeah.
you know, so I think that's pretty important.
Right.
Also, by having it locked like this, the idea is that you can tune it while it's locked. And normally when you're tuning a floating trem, you tune one string and it affects
Right.
all the others, and
Right.
you got to go round robin until it finally get everything going. In this case, you can tune this as easily as a fixed bridge, and I think that's another feature that I've really focused on delivering to the player.
Now with this guitar, this is going to be the pickup configuration, or it's going to vary?
It's basically, I think, the three pickup configurations that we would want to offer would be 3 single coil, 2 humbuckers, and
Single
this hum single.
Right.
I mean, and it's not a big deal to route out a different, if somebody had some different idea,
Right.
we could do it, but those are the three
Right.
main configurations. And this, of course, has all the EMG electronics, which are fantastic, and so, but obviously different kinds of pickups and electronics can be installed in a guitar.
Yeah. I mean, the neck is very comfortable. I like, you know, the way it tapers. It's very easy to play. Great action. Yeah.
So
It's a beauty.
Now we got to make more of them.
Exactly.
So that's a challenge. Again, this being, you know, all printed, we don't have any tooling yet or anything like that for mass production, but we're going to be able to make a small quantity of instruments with this type of technology, and it's a lot of fun. And it's been a huge liberation for me, because you can do things today in terms of developing ideas. You know, it's all of this stuff is fully realized in 3D modeling, right? So
Right.
it's and 3D modeling is great because, you know, traditionally you draw on a piece of paper, you have a 3D concept, but you've only got 2 dimensions to work with. So that third dimension has to be kind of, there are certain kinds of accepted methods for expressing what this part is going to look like. You draw it in 2 dimensions, but somebody can understand what the third dimension is going to be. But here, with 3D modeling, it's all right there. Just, it's not ambiguous at all. There's so much that you can do today that when I started out, I never even would have dreamed that you could print up something, you know, in 3 dimensions. How crazy can you get? But here it is. It's real. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And this body is mahogany? Or
This whole thing is maple.
Maple?
But the
top?
and the top is flame maple, and this is all rock maple, hard maple, which I like because it has that ring to it. But it tends to get too heavy in the body. That's the reason that people use alder and swamp ash,
Right.
is to control the weight. And of course, there's a tone there that's also cool, but I like that ringing tone. I like to deliver that to the musician. And so the way we deal with that is that underneath this top layer of flame maple, there's a lot of holes
Recessed,
drilled
yeah.
in here. And so we control the weight, so we get the benefit of the maple material without the weight that would be onerous for the player.
Right,
I mean,
right.
to me, it's very important. An instrument to be the most successful instrument, in my way of thinking, is an instrument that effectively disappears for the artist. It becomes part of you. It's not pulling down on your shoulder. It's just
You're one with the
something you're
instrument.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
Very important. Going to make, if you are relating positively to your instrument, it's even if if 2 instruments sounded exactly the same, but one instrument kind of didn't like it that much, didn't feel that comfortable, and another instrument, again, with the same tonal capacity, but you feel really comfortable, you really like it, you're going to make better music. That's the way I see it.
Definitely. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. If you don't want to struggle through anything.
Yeah, you want to
Want to
have
be
fun,
one with
right?
the instrument,
Yeah,
you know.
one with the instrument, absolutely.
And what's this in the back? This is the tension of the
Okay,
bar?
so the way this works is, maybe
Sure.
I'll grab this from you, but see, when you lock this, you're fixing this
Bridge, yeah.
moving tailpiece in one position. So you tune the instrument up, and until this is properly adjusted, when you take it out of the lock position, it'll change pitch a little bit, because
Right.
you have to have the tension of the strings, or better put to say, the tension of the spring here in the back, which is this adjusted with this little lever here. You need that tension of the spring to match the tension of the string. It's easy to set it and it stays. It doesn't move around, which is good. It's very stable, but that's a key element. You have to be able to match those up in order for it to, otherwise when you unlock it, it would change pitch.
Right.
So that's what that's for. And in here are a couple of springs underneath here. It just adjusts how much tension there is on those springs.
Nice.
So that's how it works. But normally you don't have to touch this, but it's when you set it up
Right.
first. Or if you were to change the gauge of the string,
Right.
you would adjust that. And yeah, that's about it. So that's how it works. And you're such a great player. I really enjoyed watching you put this baby through its paces, and I'm looking forward to continuing to develop it and get it out
I'm
into the
looking
market.
forward to having one.
Well, thank you, and we'll try to make that possible.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
is Sandy Santana. I'm a guitar player. I'm in a band with Hap Kuckner, who's associated with Mr. Ned Steinberger for a long time. And I'm the rhythm guitar player in Hap's band. And he invited me down to meet Ned and to check out his latest project. It's a beautiful guitar. I played it earlier, and this tremolo is special. There's nothing like it on the market. It stays in tune. Excellent. There's nothing like it on the market, and I think it'll be successful when he releases it to the public. Beautiful, beautiful guitar. I have nothing negative to say about this. It's I definitely probably want to add one to my collection at some point when it's finally marketed, you know. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. This tremolo is unique. There's not, I mean, the way it keeps everything in tune, and he allows you to drop down to E flat.
It's actually been somebody dropped it down to E flat already, so we'll go back to the normal tuning.
He allows you to drop it down to E flat, and all of the strings maintain the same tension, and then he even allows you to drop it down to D with the same thing, all of the strings maintaining the same tension. When it's in D and E flat, you can lower the strings. When it's in E, you can raise or lower the strings. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful invention, you know. I just can't wait.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just can't wait till it's released to the public.
I bet you're not as impatient as I am, but it'll take some time. It will take some time.
Yeah, I know Vernon really loved it. Vernon Reed had a chance to try it out, and Conrad had a chance. He really took it to places that I couldn't even imagine. Their styles are a little bit different than mine, so they really put this thing to the test. And I was watching it. This thing's phenomenal. That's all I can say. It's really good. And I wish you the best with it, Ned.
Hey, thanks so much. Really, thank you for coming by and for sharing your thoughts and you know, this whole process of direct exchange with musicians, with guitar players has been the key to my work for all these 40 plus years, and so that hasn't changed, and I'm just glad I have the opportunity to put something together that's of interest and is working for people. It's very, very satisfying for me. So
Thank you
for giving it a test run.
Thank you.
I'm a total single chord player, but that's all right.
I don't have anything. Well,
See, the thing is with me, like my playing is like, that's, you know, that, and as far as tremolo, just like the 6 chords,
yeah.
that's, and like that's pretty much what I do, only with the tremolo. I don't, but it's all like the, so if I can do that in E flat, you're talking, that's monumental for me.
Well, here's the tremolo doesn't really function normally in E flat. That's the one.
All right, but that's fine, that's fine.
We would be thinking.
That's cool. Now I'm in E flat now?
You're in E flat.
That's
Nice.
golden right there. To be in E flat,
Is it in E flat?
what's that?
Is it in, you've locked it into E flat?
E flat, and I'm playing
Yeah.
these like, playing in the E position. Come on, what more could you ask
And
for?
you can
That's,
drop down to D. You can
Yeah.
drop it
how's
down.
it drop it down to D?
Yeah, you just push the bar and then this lever.
Oh my goodness. Now, but the tremolo still works
You
okay.
can go down. You can't go up.
I never go up on the
Okay.
tremolo.
All right. All right.
Because I play most of my stuff, I got the. To be able to bring that down to a whole step is like,
That's nice.
that's the best.
Gives you a lot more.
What's that?
It loosens the tension on the string.
of
and you
course,
get, you
yeah,
get
yeah,
that, that
looks better than the original.
So do I.
Now, when you think about it, now I'm in F. My G is an F now, right? My G is an F now, right?
Right, yeah, sure.
I could never play that in F. That's friggin' great.
Yeah, there are certain things that
That's-
the guitar
That's
allows
like I
people
said,
to do that you could never do.
playing in my
It's all
style.
about giving you guys the opportunity to
But
express
playing in my
yourself.
style, this is golden. You know, to be able to, a song is an F and I can play G. That's, what more could I ask for? That's like the, I have only one complaint though.
Please, the complaints.
I'm only single chord players.
But we're never going to make a single coil model. I tell you right
This, now if I could, also I play a B bender. Is there any way we can work a B bender into this? I'm asking too much.
Next week. Okay.
Next week.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. You want to try this out?
Play.
No, this is great. I have everybody. I'm in F right now, but I'm playing a G, and I'm in perfect tune.
Sounds nice too.
So we started NS Design 22 years ago. This is now the guitar.
Like I said, tremolo, I never go up. I just played like the 6 chords and do that stuff like that. I never go up.
And you notice how it's
Every string.
The strings stay in tune, unlike your.
Unbelievable.
conventional
This is monumental for country players. They're going to eat this up because, like I said, they're going to be playing in F. You have singers that want to play in F. You have singers that want to sing in A flat. You know, singers that sing in E flat. This is going to be, you know, who wants to? They have 3 guitars tuned half step lower, half step higher. This is
This is what I've heard.
This is
This is what you're not the first musician, you know, to explain this to me.
yeah. This
And,
is
so
this
it's, that's
like I
what I
said,
was working on, you know, trying to meet
this
that.
is this is great. This is and like I said, if you had the single coil here, I would be taking it home
How does
today.
it feel? These knife edge saddles here are really a key part of the low friction system that keeps this thing really in tune, even after extreme use of the tremolo. And to get a piezo underneath these guys here, I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's a huge challenge. So we're gonna have to wait maybe till next week on that one.
Okay, my whole opinion on this guitar is, for the way I play, this guitar is amazing. I back up singers where they change keys of songs, where they're not in the regular standard key, and you've given me opportunity to detune and retune, and the accuracy of the tuning was fantastic. I had no issues at all, and this is definitely going to be on my bucket list in the near future. But maybe we can work that B bender in a little later.
We'll work on that. Yeah.
But this is it's everything I would ask for, because, like I said, I'm not really a blasting lead player. I'm more of an accompanist, and I have singers that basically, I want to do it in A flat. Oh,
Sure.
I want to do it in E flat, and of course, capos are cool, or detuning is cool, but to have something in your hand that you can just flick this little switch here and you're in that key, which is golden, because I play a lot of open strings, and this makes it possible for me to play open strings almost in any key that I have to.
Well, one thing I'm very excited about with this instrument is the E flat, because I've made instruments before with tremolos that stay in tune through the range, but making that slight detuning because of the geometry, I really have never. I figured that out just over the last year. The trick I needed to have to make that work. So I'm very excited about it.
Well, in the country vein of music, you do not know how many women singers sing songs in E flat. And
That's what I've
that
heard.
means I have to bring
I
another
get that
guitar.
all the time. Yeah.
I have to detune the guitar to get that same feeling. But with this guitar, I just got
Or you got to take more guitar. You got to take a guitar.
Another
first,
guitar
yeah.
out.
And then you got to
Exactly.
switch guitars.
Exactly.
plug it in and go
And,
through all that.
and like I said, I'm personally, not to be anything negative, I'm a single coil guy. So will we make a model with all 3 single coils?
Never. No, I'm joking with you, of course.
But,
No, that's a fun thing. You can, and you know, this instrument has these great EMG pickups.
Oh, they're fantastic. I had them for
with
years.
the SBC and the EXP, I think it is, so it's all chock full of EMG electronics, and they're sounding great. And but the guitar, you know. Any electronics, you know, can be adapted, and every player has different preferences
Exactly.
on what they like.
Exactly. Like
So,
I said, I'm a
so
single
right
coil
now,
player.
what we're really looking at is the engineering that goes into the structure of the instrument,
Oh, perfect.
the
Yes, yes.
tremolo and all that, and then the player gets to choose what they prefer, and,
And-
everybody's got a different.
And all that is
way.
working, believe me. All your technology, as far as the mechanical of the guitar, is working fantastic.
I have been very pleased with the way it's turned out.
Fantastic. And I wish you luck. And like I said, it will be on my bucket list when I see that 3rd single coil pickup.
All right, you got it. We'll put that on the agenda for sure. Actually, I mean, I'm kidding. If we would have, you know, 3 singles, 2 humbuckers,
Yes.
and this
Yes, but
single. Those are
but
the
the whole-
3 key configurations.
But the whole technology of what you're going for with the tuning and is fantastic. Fantastic.
I'm excited about it. Culmination of a lifetime working on this type of stuff. So
Okay. Pleasure meeting you.
pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
ahead.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming down today and for checking out this this new guitar and it was a pleasure to watch you play and put it through its paces.
Yeah,
And
let's start with Vernon introducing yourself. And then-
okay,
Hey,
all right.
hey, my name is Vernon Reed. I'm the guitarist with the band Living Color. I'm a New York musician. I'm a producer and all kinds of other stuff. And I've been knocking around this town for quite some time. And in the early 80s, I had the pleasure of meeting this genius, Ned Steinberger, and his revolutionary ideas around guitar. And we're here today in 2022 looking at his brand new instrument, which I think is fantastic.
Well, thank you, Vernon, and thank you for putting it through its paces. And this is a brand new instrument. It's all of 4 days old, and so it's a great opportunity to connect up again. After all, we worked together. You were involved with the Steinberger instruments right from the beginning, and so here we are meeting again. And so, how did it work for you?
I thought the feel is fantastic. I think the tones, there's a lot of bite to it, but it also can be very subtle. And I was amazed at the action of the tremolo, because I really kind of, towards the end, I started really kind of wanging with it, and it stayed in tune. I've been using the Floyd system for a long time, and I was waiting for it to go a little bit out, but it kept coming back to true tune.
Great.
And I know you worked very hard on this, and this is an evolution of the trans trem, and I'm blown away by it. I'm blown away by the instrument itself, but the tremolo bridge action is really remarkable, and I think it's exciting.
Well,
it's very
it's
exciting.
great to know that it's working, and of course it is the biggest challenge technically. The rest of the instrument is, making it feel good, and all that is important, the balance, but getting, tremolos actually are can I put it, they're difficult to deal with. They're difficult for an artist to deal with because they tend to go out of tune. They're difficult for a maker and a designer to deal with because keeping them in tune, of course, it's all about low friction.
Absolutely.
So there's detailing in here, which is, as you said, an evolution. I hopefully have learned something over the last 35 years, and everything I know is put into this new trem, and it's just exciting to see you play it, and you definitely put it through its paces, and it came back in tune. I was sort of praying that it would.
Yeah. Well,
It did, so
I
that's
know that a
good.
lot of players are going to be very excited about this. They're going to be very, very excited about this. Certainly people in the progressive areas of rock and jazz, but I think people in R&B, I think people in metal will be surprised. I think, that country people will love it. And I really think that this is going to have, when people get in their hands and when they play with it and when they hear like the way, how seamless the tremolo action is, it's going to, I think, a lot of word of mouth.
Well, that's great.
Absolutely.
Let's hope so. And it's going to, people ask me about, when's it going to be available and so on. I'm not at that stage yet. We're
course.
just developing this prototype. And really for me, although, in my work is as a designer is to make it possible to build things in quantity and have it available to a wide audience at an affordable price, and to be able to be a tool for musicians that allows them to do their work at the highest level. That's my goal. But right now, I just want to get it right, and the one thing will follow after the other in time.
Well, as a proof of concept, you did it.
Thank you.
As a proof of concept, you absolutely did it. I mean, it's very impressive. It feels great, and I'm intrigued as to like working with it, because we're just going plug into straight into an amp, but to work with my rigs and different
Yeah, I would love
sound
to give you
things.
that, and we're going to arrange to make that possible, because I think, you know, in a situation like this, and in 10 minutes, what can you really,
Yeah.
there's another dimension to an instrument which is much more,
When you live with it.
you really understand it when you've got a chance to live with it a little bit. So we're going to work on making that possible.
Well, it's an honor. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you.
And it's an honor to hold a prototype of something that I think is very significant. It's a very significant guitar. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You got it.
Hi everybody, it's Hap here from NS Design, and today I'm with Edwin Santiago Pupa, and this is a prototype from Ned Steinberger. This is showing his newest tremolo system, which can go from E to E flat, lock in, and then go to D. So you've got, 3 places to go chord-wise. This happens to be, again, this is a prototype. This is the only one there is, and we have brought it out for testing with some friends, of which we consider Pupa a good friend. So it's in his hands right now, and I'm going to ask several questions, and then I'm going to back out and let you play, if I may.
You may.
Okay. Neck feel. Let's just get basic stuff.
Basic
Neck feel.
stuff. Oh, wonderful. For me, I have small fingers for a guitar player. But it's wide enough,
It's pretty close to 1 and 11/16. It's like what are you used to? You're used to a Strat?
This
Strat
is
neck?
my Strat here, so that's the neck. And usually it's this dimension that I'm using. If you look at all the other ones that are here, but this is comfortable. This is really comfortable, and this blew me away. This, how it drops and and I just broke a string
That happens.
live.
That happens.
We'll play it just
We'll
like that
fix it.
too.
We'll put another string on.
Oh, what are you using for the?
I think these are D'Addario 10s.
They're tens,
It's a
okay.
10
And that's
scale.
another thing too, because I use nines,
You
so
use
I'm
nines.
playing on
So we can be set up to use
Yeah.
9s. We could probably get 8s on there. It'll be a bit of
eight.
a
Eight is like butter.
little. That's
10 is a little harder. I know a lot of people prefer 10s. I went in between. I wanted it because I do a lot of bending and stuff, so 9 worked perfect for me.
okay. And
Eight,
everybody's-
they're like butter. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, 8s.
You
I
know,
can't
10,
work with an 8
yeah.
either. I can work with 9s or 10s. And,
Right.
Recently we were with somebody who likes 11s, so it's different. That's why they make different size strings. So
Well, even though we broke the string, it's still in tune.
it's in tune. It usually.
So
when
that's
you
a
break
good
the string,
example right
it'll-
there.
Yeah, it'll usually drop out.
Yeah, and because the tension itself will correct itself, so you might be in tune, but
It's
It's
pretty amazing.
right, yeah, that's
You keep looking at problems and trying to solve them, and that's pretty much what Ned does.
Yeah.
And he's got some problems solved here.
Do you
this
do you
tremolo-
while we're talking? Do you have another string there? Because if you do, we'll just
I don't know.
pop it in.
I do not think so.
Oh, and I see that. Yeah, they go in the back.
Yeah, the original older models that Ned made had double ball end strings,
Right.
which was specially made. These are just regular
Oh,
strings.
oh, they
These
are?
Yeah, single ball goes in the top up there and then feeds through here. And I'll have to show you.
Oh, that.
But I will come back tomorrow
Okay.
and we will sit down and I'll get Ned to FaceTime with us and we'll drop the string in because you should know exactly how to do it.
Okay.
All right, because it feeds through.
Oh, it does feed through.
Yeah, feeds through.
Amazing.
But it sounds pretty good with missing the high E.
Sounded very nice.
Okay, body feel. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
sitting or
the
standing.
condor there. That.
you
yeah.
keep a higher strap.
I do.
You're not a slash.
Yeah, no, I'm not a slasher at all. You
Right.
know, I think for me, this is a good feel right there.
Actually, I think Slash got it from Keith. I mean, he was the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's, if you notice, when Slash does his solos, what does he do?
Brings it up
He puts his foot up to look like a rock and roll god, and then he puts the guitar like this. But believe me, it's not for looks. It's so he
So
can
he can
do
get at it.
those lines. Because to do those lines like this is almost impossible.
It's hard.
It's very
I
hard,
can't
and
do
it hurts the hand.
So
after
body
that.
feel.
Good body feel. You know.
And it is, if you'll notice, the guitar is actually radiused. It's
Yeah.
To try and compensate for all of us that have
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
that la panza,
like an extra package.
that extra package, you know.
It's called aging well. Eating well and aging well. Good health. Your fingers are fast. How's it feel up and down? I mean, you know, everybody likes different fret sizes. This is, it can be, we could use any type of fret. We can use different pickups too. The main thing is the body, the neck, the tremolo, and Ned's system.
Tremendous.
Without tuning machines at the top, you're gonna get balance. It's not going to be continually moving down.
Right.
You put it in a position, it's gonna lock in.
Yeah, and this, in a way, this little thing gives you that feeling like it is a
Yeah, that it doesn't
full.
just
Yeah,
end
yeah.
at the
It
nut.
doesn't just end. Yeah, when I got my Honers, first time I brought it, I went like this. I actually grabbed the air.
Yeah.
And
It's
I went.
fun though, but you
Yeah.
get nothing. It's
Yeah,
like empty in.
Yeah.
I want to ask a couple more questions. Basically, if you stand for 1 second, again, I want to get feel against the body, feel
Great.
It's okay.
Comfortable. Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Weight,
Yeah. Good weight. It's not too heavy or anything like that. It's, you know.
now this happens to be all maple. We can use different woods, but you know,
Prefers maple.
yeah, just at this point, maple top,
The top itself.
yes.
So this is a lamination on top of.
Yes,
Yes.
nice piece of very fine, you know, flamed violin type maple, flame maple.
Yeah.
Again, this happens to be the only prototype there is with finish on it, and we're making a couple more so we can continue to sample.
Sample. Yeah.
But
Work in progress.
work in progress. But far enough progress to actually bring out and start to say to friends, can you take a look at this and play it and give us your opinion? Good, bad, or indifferent. We'll take it all in. Do you have tens here?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to have to come back tomorrow and do a string change, but we can do that. I'll bring tens tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
I had
the
to.
Dario tens. I got him. That's
Okay.
what he's using.
Okay, good. So I guess are they being cut, or no? They just.
I'll show you.
I'll show. Okay.
Tomorrow we'll do it. Ned will walk you through because I want you to know how to do it exactly.
And more questions.
Yes, sir.
I
You have
asked.
questions
No,
for me?
no.
I think I've asked sufficient questions, and I appreciate it.
Oh my
all right?
God, bro! This is
But
this is
I'll be back
freaking
here
amazing.
tomorrow with
This
a
is
high,
freaking
with a
amazing. Let
high
me
E.
just.
Well, you know, Keith Richards always gets rid of that E.
I
so
know that.
I've gotten rid of this E, so
Right.
we can see how it goes like that. I'm going to step out. Thank you.
And I'm still hearing a buzzing. I'm wondering if maybe the battery that's that's in
we
here?
can take it out and take a look tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah,
I
we
think
should
it's
check.
a fresh battery, but we'll check. Anyway, thank you very much for your patience, and we'll see you again.
This is wonderful.